Hi, this is Chris of Creations by Chris. And like us, some of you have a limited supply of the N95 masks. And I'm going to show you how you can get the most use out of these masks by making a cover for them. And what I'm sharing with you today is the materials that you're going to need to make this cover for your mask. And these are N95 masks, as you can see here. This is the mask. My husband and I happen to have two of these masks, so we wanted to see get as much use out of it as we possibly could. So I decided to make covers for these masks so that we can use them a couple of times. And these are the materials you're going to need. Of course, cotton lining, elastic, then the outer material you'll be using. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be lining this fabric as well. Then there'll be a third lining so that I can slip the mask inside and out, which I've done here. And these are pretty simple to make. Once you make your pattern by measuring left to right and top to bottom, you'll come up with this here. And you can measure it. And you're going to be cutting out two of these, because what you're going to be doing with these is that you're going to be sewing them from left to right. One other thing I failed to mention is that you're going to be using bias strip or bias tape. You can either make your own or you can purchase. And these are just bias tape that I have from other projects left over that I'll be using. You're going to cut out 3 pieces. This is the outer fabric, which you're going to be cutting out 2 of these. This is the lining, 2 of these. And this is a second layer of lining, which is you're going to cut out 2 of these also. And what you're going to be doing is that the top portion of this is going to be sewn. And it'll look like this here. And you're going to be doing the same thing for the other 2 linings as well. The thing is, when you get to the third lining, you're going to leave the top portion open, because this is how you're going to slip your mask inside. So here, I'm sewing the 2 top pieces together. Now I'm going to stop here because I'm going to leave about a 2-inch opening up top. And then I'm going to pick up stitching at this point, and we're going to stitch it all the way around. I've left my opening up top, and I'm continuing to stitch the rest of the way around. Once you've completed stitching, this is what you're going to have. And remember, we left about a 2 or 3 inch opening up top, because this is going to slide on the inside of your mask. We're also going to have a lined layer of the outer fabric as well. As you can see, we have all 3 pieces, the outer layer, the lining, and an additional lining portion. You see that little slit? That's where you're going to slide your mask up inside. But before we do that, we're going to take our bias. We will sew our bias fabric all the way around the raw edges. Now this bias tape is pretty narrow, so you can go with a wider one if you choose, or the narrow one. And one thing about bias is already pressed for you, and when you open it, as you can see here, the raw edges are on the inside, and it's already folded, and it comes packaged that way. Here we have it pinned, and we're going to stitch it completely around the mask cover. And here it's been stitched all the way around. And remember, the line and everything is inside already. And that's the opening that we'll be using to slide our mask inside. And we've taken about 8 inches of the elastic, and we've attached it on both sides of the mask. Now the only thing we have left to do is to take our mask and slide it inside. And this is how our masks look. And that's how it looks. So this is the mask cover that I completed. And notice it has a little slit inside, so I can slide the mask inside of this cover. And this cover can be removed and washed and reused again. and you can reinsert either your mask that you used previously, or you can put a new mask in here also. And the nice thing about this, you can also take the helper filters and you can cut them out, and you can insert them inside of the same mask cover and continue to use it. Now I've also made a cover for your everyday face mask here, and this is what the cover looks like. And I've also made a pouch for those masks as well, so if you have to set them down somewhere, you can put them in this nice clean drawstring pouch. This has been Chris of Creations by Chris, and I hope you liked my video. If so, subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them down below.